Let's talk now to Professor Olufemi Saibu, who is the director of the Institute of Nigeria-China Development Studies at the University of Lagos. He joins us virtually. Good morning, Prof. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's. I want to take a look at the role of China in all of this. China has received, depending on who you talk to, commendation, condemnation, and it has been issued warnings by some of the parties involved in the conflict in Ukraine. But China has maintained this strategic silence all through all of this. What do you think the game plan is for China? Is it hoping to play the role of a peacemaker, or is it trying to stand as another arm of a world order which is not under the control of the West?
Yes, for some time now, China has been trying to favorably compete against the United States and has been looking for opportunity to ensure that at least without necessarily triggering any kind of negative effect on the economy. And then these opportunities of the Ukrainian war give them the opportunity as well to be able to take advantage of this now, to leverage on the global economy to ensure that they take advantage of the crisis between the Russia and then the Europe as well. So for now, they will be very, very cautious, and then they will ensure that at least they look at the balance of the game and ensure that their national interest is most important to them than any other arrangement. So given the direction now, they are looking for opportunity to ensure that without hurting their economy, they take the full advantage of the war. And the recent event regarding Taiwan also make China to feel that, well, if this is the way of the US paying back for their silence regarding the Russian invasion of Ukraine, then they are ready to go all out to ensure that they protect their interests. And again, whatever concession they were trying to give regarding the Ukrainian war, they are now trying to tighten their ropes and ensure that then they have to go all out to defend their interests, irrespective of what happens in other parts of the world.
The situation with Ukraine has exposed some fault lines, it would appear, because prior to now, there was this like scaffolding over the relationship between China on one hand and Russia, and then, of course, Western allies like the United States, Britain, and France, and the European Union on the other. But as you've just pointed out, President Joe Biden said that if China were to attack Taiwan, there will be a military response from the United States in support of Taiwan. Now, this was not the situation prior to now. Everybody had avoided talking about it, particularly the US and China. You've said now China will go all out. So I guess the whole issue of them playing peacemaker is gone as well.
Sure. Now, the Chinese generally, they try to go more for diplomacy than confrontation. Even in the higher levels of situation in the past, they try to ensure that they play the situation down as well. But notwithstanding, they have their interest at core of whatever they are doing. And given the situation now, they feel that they have to do everything to protect their interests without directly hurting the interests of their partners. So now they still want to play the role of the peacemaker to ensure if there are better ways of resolving the Ukrainian-Russian crisis, but at the same time to ensure that the spillover of Ukraine does not affect their relationship with the US in terms of protecting their interest in Taiwan and as well in Hong Kong. So they will be ready now to ensure that if Russia does this, and this is the response, then when the need arises for them to do the same thing for Taiwan or Hong Kong, this is what the US is going to do. And therefore, they also want to go deeper in building network relationship across other countries as well, and ensure that they protect their interests and ensure whatever the consequences that the Russia and Ukraine war are going to have is minimized in the future on them.
There are some people who have called the meeting that President Joe Biden is attending in Asia at the moment with Australia, India, and Japan as the Quad in fear. that all those other countries, Australia, India, and Japan, are now seeking shelter under the United States umbrella because they're afraid that with what Russia is doing in Ukraine and what China may be thinking of doing in Taiwan, they need some protection. They cannot remain neutral in all of this. Do you see that as the point? And is it possible that China may try to draw them back under the umbrella of saying, look, we mean no harm to you?
Yes, the Chinese government really want to retain their partners, and they know the implication on the economy and then the overall effect on the global stability. But many of those countries who are trying to keep quiet, not many of them who are quiet now, not necessarily they are supporting the US or the Euro, but their fear is the effect of that after the Ukrainian and the Russian crisis is resolved. So they will try to strike a balance, being a good friend of the China and again being good books of the US. And that's why you see all of them trying to always be at least playing the double head roles with the two competing global leaders.
Indeed, Professor Olufemi Saibo, thank you so much. Professor Saibo is the director of the Institute of Nigeria China Development Studies at the University of Lagos. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.